Conversations with Phumzile, the girl next door. Oh wow, guys. So today was such a beautiful day. So I thought I would just take the time and do this video. This is Phumzile wakamnisi umvuleni ugwadlagwadla uyinkophezi mayaka intombi yomhlonga mvula. That's what umkhulu wami untangibiza yona makangibiza makangibona athi na intombi yomhlonga mvula. So this is me. I am so excited and to do this solo conversations with Phumzile, the girl next door. So it's that time where I just dropped something, not having a guest that I'm interviewing, but just me. So what happened today is I had a colleague, a friend of mine, where we were sitting and we were chatting and we were talking about things that we do, you know, in our professional lives and how we are doing it. And we were like just praising each other, you know, bouncing off ideas, you know. So when we were talking about stuff, and then she kind of spoke about conversations with the Phumzile, and she was saying that I'm a natural, I'm doing so well, and I'm like, yo, only if you know, this side of life, I feel so comfortable because this is my passion. This is something that how it started from a blog, me writing my thoughts down, and then from me writing my thoughts down, it moved to Ikwekwezi FM, where they call me to come talk about different social topics. And then immediately after those episodes with Ikwekwezi, you know, that would then I just put my camera, shot a few, you know, as I was going on the series, and I just posted them online. The plan was not for me to start a YouTube channel, but my goodness, you know, when I was seeing the views and people commenting, and I was like, okay, I guess the conversations or the topics that I write about and talk about are very interesting. So that's how we started. And then COVID hit, and I don't know what happened to my writing, because the plan was I'm gonna have blogs and write so that I can finally get to a point whereby I can compile my book, or the book of stories that I'm writing about. But then COVID happened. We started working from home, and one day I was working, and then it was after, like I think afternoon after work, and it was so hot, and I remember I was sitting outside. I remember one of the videos, I think what I'll do, I'll put the link. I remember one of those videos that I did sitting outside using my laptop, and I started recording because I had a spark, I had a conversation in my head, and I was just having it in my head. And then I thought, let me just record this conversation and put it out there. And I think from there on, the YouTube channel became a thing, and this is how I got to Conversations with the Phumzile, the girl next door, the YouTube, the channel. And me loving talking to people from all walks of life and getting pearls of wisdom from anybody, you know. Or when I see other people doing so well, when I see other people doing amazing things, and I want to know how they're doing it, and I want to immediately, when I know, or when somebody shares a story, in my head I just want to tell the next person, you know, that, do you know, or this is doable. So I've been that kind of girl, and it grew to a point whereby now it's 2023, and I have over 70 videos. I think I have 75, if I'm not mistaken. There are 75 videos to date, which is so humbling. And then I saw that, okay, we are definitely growing this channel. So yes, then we started looking at subscriptions, you know, like, okay, subscribe, like, and all that, which is what I want to tell you today. Say, please do subscribe, and then hit the like button, and then also, you know, there's a bell, the notification bell, and just click, and then you just press that button as well, so that when we upload a video, you can be notified immediately. So please do subscribe, because when we looked at my channel overview, so there've been people who saying, let's help you grow this channel, let's help you monetize this channel so that you can continue to do what you're doing best. And I'm like, yo, how can I do that? But when I started searching and researching and understanding that one can monetize. So monetize not for me to be rich, but monetize for me to grow the channel, to grow the platform so that it can continue to do what it does best. Most people were saying the conversations that I have with other people, in the interviews that I have, they are enlightening. They are enlightening, and people learn so much from them. And others, they kind of figure or feel like people who go through stuff, they go through the same stuff, but they wouldn't know how to articulate it, or know, but okay, actually we all go through stuff, and we all have like times where it's hard and you can go on the other side, or we are confused about the seasons that we are in our lives. And as you grow, so there's a lot of conversations that I've had with different guests where people were like, hey, let's have that conversation, or that conversation is the one that I wanted to have. And the views, guys, thank you. The views, we have about over 10,000 views. I think the last time I got the email, my views are a lot, over 10,000, but subscriptions are less. So I'm still on about 350 or 300 and something or so subscribers. So I need to move and go to the thousands so that we can grow this channel and get advertisers on board and all. But yes, conversations with the Phumzile, the girl next door. So with my colleague, we spoke about today that we're gonna try and do things that you procrastinate. Yes, that you're gonna do this, and then you don't do them. I always wanna do balance my conversations with guests and have my conversations where I talk about anything and everything that is in my head or what I want to share, as Phumzile, as the girl next door, without my guest, where I have more conversations that are Phumzile's conversations. So she was like, don't you do that? I'm like, no, sometimes it feels awkward, or I'm scared, or I take time. I'm gonna do it, and I don't do it. So this is me saying, hey, show me, this is my first one. So we said we're gonna do 4 videos in December. So once a week we're gonna do something. So I'll do my videos 4 times this month. So she's gonna do something that she wants to start 4 times, and then we'll see how these are going. So it's a beautiful challenge that we decided to do today. So when I came home, I felt so excited. So these are one of the things that I want to talk about, how I got to be where I am. I think today I have learned that when you have community of people that believe in you, people that buy into who you are, people who buy the product, people who buy your ideas and gifts, it makes it so much easier to actually push and grow so much. I've been so blessed to have friends and family that are in my corner, friends and family that root for me, friends and family, colleagues, who always say, you're doing great, continue to do what you're doing. So that is amazing. So what happened, I think it was a year or 2 years ago, when I joined Mind Retirement coaching session with Phumzile. And she has all these different channels for different things, in entrepreneurs, mind retirement, your holistic healing in different things. So she would send nuggets, images, quotes, stuff that motivates us every day. So this one caught my eye. She had a picture and posed a question to say, do you have a board of directors in your life? I'm like, what? So when I looked at that board of directors, where it's people who are part of your life that are helping you develop and grow in different parts of your life. And I remember that other year, I think it was around this time, your Decembers and all that, and I was like, I'm gonna appoint board of directors of my life. And I remember I wrote names because it was a fitness coach, a finance coach, emotional and wellness coach. So there were different coaches of different things in my life, like a brand and all that. I started making notes of who would I have as a board of directors in my life. But I started now with intention, making sure that I want to just put this clearly. I took a notebook and intentionally started writing down people, others without names, but people that I aspire to be like, or aspire to grow to where they are. People who I wanted to surround myself with, so that I can move from where I am or where I was at the time. So most people really sometimes don't believe it, that I have suffered, or I still have those issues, like self-esteem issues, confidence issues. Most people didn't believe that. Phumzile, you low self-esteem. Guys, it's been real in my life. Stuff happens to you that sets you back, and you start not believing, in your gifts. You're not believing in your strengths. You're not believing in things that you just natural at. I lost a sense of self, and I started doubting myself, but I think I stayed there for a very long time. So that creeps in every now and again, and I think in one of the videos I do talk about those things, but definitely I still do have some issues like it. That's why I sometimes separate it. When we're talking with my friend at work today, like when I separate the two things, I find this is comfortable because this is just me, this is my natural self, and I don't have to be anything. I don't have to be an expert in being me. It comes natural, it's easy. But when I get to a professional space, there are days where I really doubt myself. I really wanna feel like I know everything, or when I have to present, or when I have to come up with a campaign, or when I have to write something, when I have to do any PR, marketing, brand, IMC related something, where then I go in my head, I feel like I'm not qualified enough, or my qualification that I got donkey years or what I'm still working on, I'm not getting it. So I feel like I'm not there yet. But those kind of things happens to even people who are highly qualified, and I always thought it was me, and then I would just take a step back. So we were sharing those things, and I'm like, no, here I'm comfortable. But when it comes to professional space, sometimes I would want to run when I'm supposed to present, because sometimes I feel like I don't articulate myself well, those kind of things. But guys, when I chose the board of directors in my life, I started aligning myself. Made sure that I sign up with, properly now, sign up with Puseletso as my coach. I'm like, most successful people are like, my coach, my mentor, my what? I'm like, and I've been always saying, no, I'm gonna sign up, but I decided to do it. Wow, their journey has been amazing, and it has helped me to get to where I am, where I am confident, and I believe in myself, and I believe in everything that I do, whether it has results that I want or don't want, but I do it anyway because I just believe in what I want to do. Like, for instance, growing conversations. As I believe in this platform, I believe that this platform will grow bigger and bigger, and I believe that it has a purpose, and I have a purpose, and there's a reason why I love conversations, and there's a reason why I love to impart knowledge, even if it's not my personal knowledge, but me bringing people who have their own knowledge, whether from just their personal lives, others, like I've brought authors before, or people, entrepreneurs who started businesses from nothing to somewhere else. So I love bringing people who have done so much for themselves, and not even having any background. Nobody was born an entrepreneur, nobody was born a professor, nobody was born, everybody worked to get to where they are. So I love those conversations, and I've been bringing them. And I think for me, that's my purpose. Somebody again today called me that I am such a connector of note. Actually, like I'm a plug. I buy from people. I buy from other people's gifts, Like, I think today is also one of those days where I am proud to be that woman who intentionally support other people, and mainly from our community, I would say African community, where I've did that campaign whereby I buy black, I buy from my friends, and I buy from family, where most of my stuff, like even clothing and everything else, I buy from my friends and family without negotiating, I just make sure that if I were going to spend this money and I would go to a shop somewhere, whether it has a big name, a big brand, I could, I've done it before. Why can't I do it to my friend? Why can't I do it like with my family, who are selling quality stuff, or who are doing quality stuff? Like it could be anything. I'll talk about makeup and stuff. So when I started with Phumzile, then I realized so much more into who we are as individuals, trusting ourselves and trusting our passion, while we're doing other things professionally. But how can you grow your passion? Even if today your passion doesn't bring you money, or it doesn't make you money, it doesn't necessarily mean that your passion is not worth it. You just need to give it time. You just need to put in effort. You just need to make sure that you are consistent. This is me trying and to start being consistent and making sure that I focus on growing this channel. So one of those board of directors. And then I also fitness coach. I started exercising at home because COVID time, I was feeling heavy in my body, but I started exercising and all that. But hey, it fell by the wayside when Dad passed on this year, and then I stopped. But going back there, so still I have that board of director who like signed up that, okay, I have a fitness coach, I'm gonna go back there. And I have a friend as well who is always on my case, who makes sure that every now and again we walk, whether in the morning or in the afternoon, or we go hiking, because these are the things that I like, and then she keeps me going. So those are people that I decided to surround myself with, because they are consistent in those things that I am not, and then they become people who like what can I say, like I'm accountable to, or are my accountability partners. Then I went on and looked at my image, brand. I've always struggled with buying clothes, if I may say so. I always struggle with understanding my style. I would see something I would like, I buy, or if there's an occasion, then I would buy based on an occasion. But me knowing like how is whatever that I'm buying, does it have anything to do with my brand or my image as a Phumzile? When I step out, how do I step out? And then I decided to not bother my wife, which is my wife from work, where all the time she would drag me to the malls, including buying the most personal things like underwear, guys. I would struggle. She would say, my wife, I remember we went to buy underwears. Like, that was donkey years. Have you bought any? It's been forever. So those kind of things, where somebody has to drag me to go buy fashion. And I remember that I attended this workshop long time ago at Soweto Hotel, and I met Miss Moiboni, who is now, drum roll, my stylist. I was like, board of directors, what am I doing? So I wanted to grow again my personal brand in my professional space, and also with conversations, where I find sometimes how we dress, your confidence and your self-esteem sometimes can be affected more more when you also don't look the part, or you don't feel good about, be it your body or how you are dressed or how you look. And I thought to myself, if I can start also taking myself serious, taking my brand seriously, when I step out, when I dress up, I dress in confidence, so that when I go outside, I ooze that for myself. And it started helping. I engaged her, she came here on board, we did the whole wardrobe audit. My goodness, it was the whole day. And I thought these were expensive, because when I saw on your operas and all that, when they do this stuff, I thought, wait, me affording this? Never. Guys, it's so reasonable. It doesn't even cost an arm and a leg. Actually, maybe the amount you can just go spend a day, your meal and your drink and your dessert, you could pay that. So I hope one day I'm gonna bring her here and we're gonna have a conversation, and then she can share what she does best. But goodness gracious, it helped my life, because we started taking out all the stuff that I don't wear, those that I thought I'll leave them until I lose a bit of weight, things that were in my cupboard for over 5-10 years, because that one I got from this friend, that one was a gift from so and so. But after the audit, my wardrobe went then we started working on me, buying new stuff and dressing up for occasions. And then she will help me style, she will help me shop. Sometimes I don't have to even go to shops. She would do that for me. Back to the board. So she came on board, I wrote down and I contacted her, and she became one of my board of directors when it comes to image, when it comes to dressing, when it comes to, like, now she helps me with every other thing. If I have to go out, she will like, makeup, is makeup done? Is your hair done? Where are you doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Hey, she calls me gorgeous. She said, gorgeous, you need to make sure when you step up, you are as gorgeous as you are every day. So I started feeling like that. When I look at my wardrobe, when I'm starting matching, I dress up with that intent, like, I am beautiful, I am gorgeous, so I might as well make sure that I feel like one when I feel like it when I dress up. So then she came on board. Oh guys, that's why I'm gonna talk about this at the end, but anyway, we're still there. And I started adding financial coach. I went to one of my insurances. Okay, actually it's only one, where I have all my everything. I went there, I'm like, hey, this is me. I know I had somebody who used to take care of my finances, who used to help me. Every year they will call me and say, hey, what's going on? Where's that person now? And then only to find she left. She did say that she's gonna leave. Then I got somebody else that I call every now and again when I make bad or good financial decision. I call to a point whereby when I met my financial coach, and we discussed even small things like, again, I am here today, I have this studio, I have my camera, where he made sure that I put goals, things that I want by the end of the year, things that I need, and where would the money come from, over and above just your normal investments. Guys, there are things that you don't have to pay for, and people that they can become board of directors of your life, who can make such a difference in your life. And guess what? This year I was able to buy myself a camera where I can always be like today. Guess what? I came home, I was excited because I'll tell you why. And I came studio and I'm making this video because I invested in myself, because I planned, and I always thought, people who own cameras, even for holiday, when they go to holidays, they take pictures. Yay, because when I would check a camera, they were so expensive. But he helped me see that you can make it. You don't have to have a lump sum, but actually, if you can calculate just the amount that you would use eating out every month, times it by 12 and times it by 24, and see that general, from not doing anything, not selling anything or not, you could save up like about 10 grand a year, in the following year 20 grand in a year, and voila, if you have a plan, in 3 years you want something big, 3, 4, 5 years you could. He was like, dude, you have a car, how have you been paying for a car for 5 years? and more, and you think that you don't have money. So you can pay for stuff. It's just that you don't put your mind into it. I'm like, oh, guess I started feeling rich. Like, I paid so much money. When I finished my car, I'm like, in 5 years, I paid so much money. It means if I can save the same money, I could in like so many years, in like 10 years, I could be like a millionaire. One of those things that we don't think about. So, but yes, so such things, when you have board of directors for your different elements in your life, it does change. It does change your life. It does help you look forward to more, more of your life, your own life, not more of others, more of friends, more of any other things, but more of everything that you want. So there's a lot of them. My board of directors, my friends, even when emotionally, where I have a mama kelwane bami, I have my best friends who have become my sisters. Because all the time when I feel down and all that, I call them. And also just your general wellness, even at work and all that, you have your ICASs, you have all this employee help, EAP, where you can call. I make use of everything. So my board of directors works. So it could be a company, it could be a person, it could be a family member, it could be a friend, it could be a neighbor, it could be anything. It has brought me to so much joy, because then it's everybody that I interact with, including friends and family. It's quality people. I know when I need to cry and vent, I would have my cousin, where I would go to my cousin, where we have our coffee date. It's a venting session where we talk about everything, scream about the kids, about everything else. So those people could be your board of life, a board of directors. Guys, I know I'm going somewhere with this, but to where I am today. Last year at work, we had a year-end function, and I went out to buy an outfit based on a theme, and I dressed okay, beautifully. I think my partner in crime, Mr. Patedi, helped me shop for that outfit, and then I won. And I remember last year, I'm like, I normally never win anything, low key, like when you see people winning, like, actually, when I don't enter competition, but I don't quite win. I think you go to seminars or stuff where you participate, put your card, put this. I've never, won, and that was one of the highlights of last year as well, when I won. And the fact that I won actually inspired the whole me looking at myself to where I am today, where when I step out, I try to step out with, beautiful. So I got to this point where when I partnered with Osmo Iboni, and she also then collaborated with other people like the designers and all that, we planned to say, when I go somewhere, they will then help me pick a dress or get something designed for me, guys, within my budget. Let me be honest with you. There's things or there's prices I was still saying, got disturbed there, when you're doing production on your own. So I was saying, let me be honest with you, that there's things that in my life where I know I would not spend this much money for it, So, but now I know how to invest in things that it could be a high amount, because I know why I'm investing in that amount, and it could be this reasonable amount, and I'm comfortable with investing in that amount. So now I know what's important and what is an investment. So anyway, that's besides the point, but I was just saying some of the things, they look expensive, but they are very affordable. It's the how, and how smart are you, or how you're doing it. So in the board of directors, and then over and above that, I started manifesting a whole lot of things as I was going through. I think last year was just that year where I was getting into my mode of my next, and I think this one is one of those. I took time off just at work and all that, I just asked for like a full 5 days, though I used 3 instead of 5. But to just invest in me and doing things that I wanted to do, research on stuff that I wanted to research on. So one of the things was, from the coaching and the growing the channel and looking at things and how can I monetize. I started reading a lot. I started watching other YouTube channels, other YouTubers, to see what they do and how they do it. And the whole influencer space has not been one of the space that I was big on, or I wasn't sure. So in me growing my channel and working on my brand, I noticed that I started attracting some of the things and some of my friends. Like, as an example, I have Cyber Right. When I had an event last where they like, yo, we're gonna come on board, we'll give you some of their accessories. So those kind of things. And I am happy now to start saying, like, I can start writing down to say I have a stylist, I have a designer, I have somebody who gives me accessories. But everything, like, as an example, these are all the accessories from Cyber Right, which is label, which I bought before and I invested in them. And now that when I'm wearing stuff and I always highlight that and I tell everybody I get my stuff from there. And now I can see other things coming back to me where my friends and families will say, we can also invest in you and just give you this and give you that. So when I was working on the proposal, I was like, no, I'm gonna start looking for sponsors so that they can sponsor the channel. Either they can sponsor with food or drinks, or so that I can have a full production where if I'm interviewing somebody, it's better when I have other people who are good at production to help me so that I can pay for such services. So I was working on and I'm busy with the proposal and all that. So today then, hence I am sharing this long story to come here. I was so proud of myself where things that I wouldn't normally do, to get out of my head and just go network and go to somebody and ask what they do and how they do it. If I know that I can learn something or I can get something out of that conversation. So there was this team who came at the office for the year-end function at Saika, and they were offering sneakers, for a person or individuals who would be like, what do you say, best dressed, So as part of the committee, I was also one of the guys who were helping. I was just helping there and there in terms of the event. I heard about it, but it was not something in mind. And again, working with Sismuiponi for the dresses, so it was not one of those things that in my head I'm gonna go out there, I'm gonna dress so smart so that if there's a competition I'm gonna win. But it's been me building the brand image. And guess what? So today, yes, there was vote, and then the public vote, which is all our colleagues and all that were voting for us. It was beautiful. There was 8 of us who were went on stage, males and females, and they had to just vote. So everybody was shouting for a person that they thought was best dressed. So I was one of those people. And guess what, guys? I won. So I won a pair of sneakers, and the company is called Mitch Wear. So I'm not gonna show you the sneakers yet because they are not here yet. But what I did, I said to the guys, can I have my package so that I can take it with me at home? And before I won, when I saw the guys putting the sneakers, I went to find out, who are you, what are you doing? And I shared about the podcast to say, this is what I do, and I see you have sneakers, I have this podcast, and I can tell that this is a new brand that is coming on board and you are here to market. I have a platform, please come and chat to me about the brand, only to find that later on I will be one of the winners. So Mitch Wear, I am so grateful and I am so happy. So this is me manifesting, because I looked at how other channels are doing. I look up to also McG, guys. I can see his drink there, and I can see, everybody, hey, come sponsor and all that. The studio is sponsored by and all that. So I won the tickets, but this is me saying I want to do this for other brands where you can come on board, you can sponsor conversations with the Phumzile, the girl next door, you can come on board so that we can grow the channel, and I will make sure that your brand is part of what I do and it's here. So, but because I won this time around, Mitch will, I want to try and get other people who are following me on my channel and my platform and all that to help me choose the color, so that when we choose the color of the shoe, so for now, please go to or Google Mitch Wear, which is MITCH Wear, and look at what they are, what they have, the apparel that they have, and go look at their sneakers. And then there's 2 ranges I think that are so I want to choose a beautiful color that we're gonna go together maybe and go choose after. See, I think I'll post this on my Instagram and say help me choose a color, so that we can come and then we can show them love, we can follow them on Instagram, and we can definitely support them because they are our pure South African manufacturers of stickers and all, so all the other ways. So Mitch, thank you so much for offering to come and say when Saika is offering this competition to its staff. And last year I won, it was a nice goodie bag, and to win something like a sneaker, for me it's a big deal. Like as I said before, I don't think I've never won stuff, so that's why it's a big deal to me. And I'm grateful for so many things, because this dress was done by Urifilwe from Soweto, my designer, who is assigned by Osmo Iboni to dress me. She designed this dress from start to finish, and I didn't even know the look of the dress. I didn't know what they were designing for me. They didn't even show me or tell me or even a color. They asked me what is an invitation, what was the theme, and I just sent the invitation as it is. And I trusted them based on they've done some of the things, but for me is I know when you have queens or you have women around who are so sure of themselves and their gift and what they do, they will definitely make sure that when they fix your crown, they fix it proper. So that's what they did for me. So I'm looking beautiful. I won. I think I'll share all the other pictures, so I won with the other team, the other colleagues, best dressed today. And when I entered today in the office, when it changing and all that, we had Kuli Beats who was doing makeup today. So that's why I thought, tired as I am gonna go home and I'm gonna do this video. When I came early this year, we had an event, women's event, and I saw, we didn't engage, but I saw her work. And when one person asked me about looking for somebody who does makeup and all that, guess what? I just said, I saw this wonderful woman who was doing makeup at work, and the woman that she did at the office was stunning, beautiful. I recommended her to my mom, and my mom went and did the makeup, which is my spiritual mom. So she was going to an SABC, I think it was the news, EC news interview, and then she went and Kuli did her face and everybody else, and she came back and said, wow, she was amazing. So when I came today and she was doing makeup, and when I entered, she was like, that face, that is the face that I wanna do makeup on. Phumzile, come here, I am doing that face. And she just offered. I already did some touch up because I was not part of the program, so there were other, like our CEO, our MC, and other people who were going to be part of the program that needed to do makeup. So just didn't want to impose, but in any case I was not going to impose. But she was like, you come here, let me do your face. So today my face was done by Kuli Beads. So I want to show love, and for me, I just wanna, I think with this video, I'm sharing with what you pour out when you start looking at yourself differently, and when you start investing in yourself, you start attracting some of the things that you want, some of the things that you manifested. And I remember a long time ago, I think it was not last year, the other year, I used to say to my kids, guys, one day I'm gonna have the glam squad, and I felt like I am there. I am there because I have a stylist. I have somebody who can design my clothes. I have people who can do my makeup. So, and the other time I went to a work event, I was done by somebody else, the makeup. So I also call her my glam squad. So, so it's one of those things where in my hairstyle, and the other friend of mine was like, hey, after the event, one day I'm gonna do your hair. So then you are surrounded by people who wanna see you grow, who wanna see you look beautiful, who wanna see you thrive. So conversations with the Phumzile, the girl next door, this is me saying I am grateful, and this is me saying invest in your craft, invest in yourself, take yourself seriously, and do get the board of directors of your life. Get those people and make sure that you surround yourself with people who want to see you grow and who will develop you, because then you are able to grow others, you are able to develop others, you are able to make sure that you pour onto others. Like I make sure that people that I buy from, this is me pouring onto them, and I can see how I also now getting other people pouring into me. So this is Conversations with the Phumzile, the girl next door. Please do subscribe, like, and hit the notification button. Help me grow this channel, because it's definitely gonna change lives. It's definitely gonna be these conversations that heal, conversations that help us grow emotionally, mentally, I hope even physically, because there's so much more that I wanna do. So please do subscribe and join me as I grow this channel. Conversations with the Phumzile, the girl next door.